What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh community? YGO Paladin back here with another vlog video. Now, last week we played with a Neo-Spacian build, and as much as I enjoyed playing with it, it was a lot of fun. That was kind of the issue. It was more of a fun deck, so I decided to cut all those cards out to make the deck a little bit more competitive. So I main deck now, Super Polymerization, Dark Ruler No More, and I'm also doing a Rivalry of Warlord build, so I am no longer playing the Evil Hero package. And as much as I am going to miss those cards, I figured, you know what, let's try to move into doing like a warrior only build. And if I happen to lock my opponent out with their spell cards by using the Destiny Hero Dark Angel, and I have Rivalry of Warlords on my field, my opponent's going to be locked into warriors as long as they don't have like forbidden droplets or something. So I am excited to see how things are going to go today. We are going to be going with Danny, and he has his deck built with Burn Analyzers, so I am curious to see how his deck, I don't think it's completed yet, so it's not going to be at full power. So regardless, we're going to go over there, play, and regionals is in 2 weeks, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be going yet. So if I do, this will be the only time I can actually play test, because I will not be going to Paladins next week. So figure get some play testing in, and regardless, we're going to be playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to have a good time, and yeah, so let's go over there to Paladins and just have a good time. Hey guys, so quick little update here. So we just finished up round one. We played against Orcus, and that's a deck I have not played against in a very long time, so it was pretty refreshing to go through that kind of experience again. My opponent was going off, and I have the Dark Ruler No Mores, I have the Super Polymerization, I actually had Harpy's Feather Duster, so I was able to destroy his Babel and his face down card, and I activated Dark Ruler No More to negate his card's effects. However, he drops a ghost spell, so I was not able to search out my Polymerization, and that just completely shut down my combo. So I only had like I did not have a fusion monster, and I only have monsters in my hand, so I just had to kind of go with it. And my opponent wrecks me. My opponent wrecks me on game one. So game two, I decided to go first. I summoned out the Plasma, and I was actually able to kind of stall his effects because he didn't have any monster effects. And by my next turn, I just took his monster. Then I just proceeded to do an OTK board, and that was actually really cool. I did like that. And it was a nice little matchup there. Now, when we're going into the game three, I was like, ooh, who's gonna go first? And more than likely, he was gonna go first. So I decided to add in another Lava Golem, and I think I put in the Spooky Dogwoods. I put in those cards, but I did not actually use them at all for this match. And it was in there just in case if I wanted to gain some life points to kind of if we go into turns or what time. I'm sorry, and. Yeah, I did not use a single one of those, so they're just there. That's I borrowed it from my friend Aaron. But anyways, just summoning out a Chaos Hunter to stop his monsters from banishing from the graveyard. I actually stumped him for a while, and we were going back and forth because I kept drawing. I already had a Malicious in my hand, and then I drew another Malicious, and then I drew another Dark Ruler No More, and I drew Lava Golem, and I was drawing cards that were not useful whatsoever. And I just kept like attacking with the Chaos Hunter. It was kind of like a Chaos Hunter beatdown, and eventually I finally drew I think Ferris. I think I drew Ferris, and I sent Mali to the graveyard. I was able to start off my plays, and then I just proceeded to, you know, try to stack up a good board. But my opponent did activate Dimensional Barrier, so I was not able to go into Fusion Summonings. However, that didn't really do anything for me because well, actually it did do a lot because I at least pressed for some damage, but then my opponent decided to scoop it up after that, so we ended up getting that round. And it was a very interesting matchup, mostly because I have not played against Orcus in a while, so I did not know exactly what to side in, and I just sided in like going second card, not necessarily going second cards. Like I had the Lava Golems, I had the Spooky Dogwoods, and I didn't put in my Twin Twisters just in case for that field spell, though. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it worked out in the end. So we are now 1-0 right now at the tournament. I'm gonna go see how Danny's doing, but there's only like a few minutes left of the round, so I gotta get in there quickly before they start the next round. So doing pretty good. I do like the build so far. I have not drawn Rivalry of Warlords yet, so we'll see how that works. And for that matchup, I did not have a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. I could not find it, and I don't have another one to use or anything like that. Nobody else had another one I could just borrow for the day, so sadly I did not play that. I think that would have worked out a lot better because I did have Super Polymerization in my hand, but I did not have a valid target. So Starving Venom definitely would have helped out in that matchup because he was playing only darks. But hey, we got the win, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Do the monsters need to be, because I know they can be in defense, right? Like,
they cannot go in defense, they don't have a defense.
And they don't go face down?
And we are back, guys. We just finished up round 2 and we played against our buddy Aaron, who I was actually borrowing the Spooky Dogwoods from. He is playing Sprite Tri-Brigade, and I decided to go first, and I was trying to set up that kind of little mini combo I was talking about where you have a Dark Angel on my opponent's side of the field with a Rivalry Warlords, because I opened up a Rivalry Warlords. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to that point, so I just ended up having a Sunrise with DPE and a Wander Driver with the Rivalry of Warlords face down. So when it became my opponent's turn, he activated the tank key. I let it go because I kind of figured, you know, let's just see what he summons out that monster. I want to actually activate Rivalry of Warlords. So he activates that, gets the Fractal, then he starts doing his Tri-Brigade plays. Then he normal summons then he would normal summon Kit. After all of that, he has Kit, and then he special summons Sprite Blue. And it was at that point I realized, oh, I kind of messed up. I should have activated Rivalry because I know he is playing Sprite. I should have activated Rivalry so that way he could not special summon Thunder monsters. But it worked out no matter what, because I activated DPE's effect to destroy my Wonder Driver and his blue. And then afterwards I used Rivalry of Warlords, so he was locked into Beast, and he actually had a hard time getting over that. So that took a little while to figure out that, hey, you can't go into Beast Warriors or anything like that, you know. So he only had Beast monsters. I believe he had Bear Bloom. And then I ended up getting that game. And then for game 2, my opponent goes first, and I have Chaos Hunter, man. Chaos Hunter is coming in clutch today, man. Chaos Hunter, I summoned it out onto the field, and he was not able to banish anything, so he couldn't even do, like, you know, the usual Tri-Brigade plays. And he had the Sprite, he had Starter, and he summoned out Gigantic. He he couldn't smash it. There we go. He had Sprite Smashers. Is that what the spell is? He can't banish my card, so he can't use that card. And it just worked out very well for me, man. Chaos Hunter really came in clutch. And when it became my turn, I had the Lava Golem, so I tribute over his 2 monsters. And he tried to use the effects. I tell him, you can't. I have it tributes for cost, you know. And he had a Link, the elf, and a Link to Picket Knight, I think that was the name of the card. And I was telling me you can't change the effect. I know he's trying to change Elf's effect so he can activate Picket's effect to negate my Chaos Hunter. You can't. I tribute over his monsters. And from that point, I had Fusion Destiny. I activated Fusion Destiny, and then I summoned out my DPE. And there were some situations, there was some, not really a situation, there was more of a confusion that I tell him that, you know, when you activate DPE's effect, you do not target cards. So he kept asking, what cards am I destroying, to figure it out. And I'm like, I tell him, you can't target, I can't tell you that, because you have to resolve, does it activate or not? Then I choose the cards to destroy. It doesn't target or anything like that. So after that situation happened for his turn, because he activated Starter, searched out blue, searched out the honest version of the deck, and then when he went to battle phase, he attacked with that, trying to destroy it. And then I activated DP's effect, and he kind of got a little bit mad. I could tell he was a little upset because you know, he was asking what cards am I going to destroy. I can't tell him that. And then after that, he just he just scooped it hard from there. So you know, it happens, and I get it, but yeah, DPE does not target, so you activate the effect, and if it goes off, then you destroy the card. But yeah, we got game 2, so we got game 2, so we got round 2, feeling pretty good. We are now 2-0, and yeah, Danny ended up winning game 1, so I'm gonna go see how he's doing in game 2. Maybe I'll try to get a little interview with him, see how he did. So yeah, let's get back in there and maybe find some trades.
Or if I would have sit the card like I was supposed to, either way. My brain, and see what happened is I told my brain not to bother.
Danny.
And then I went to go.
How'd you do?
It's not that. I was like, 2 right now.
Me too. So we just finished up round 3, and I played against Danny. We were talking about this too because we always play against each other. It'd be hilarious if we finally get to duel in the tournament. Here we go. This is gonna settle it. So the last time we played was actually a week ago too, and their decks have changed since then. And it was a very interesting matchup. He definitely saw the combo that I was going for with the Dark Angel and my Rivalry of Warlords. So it just made it so that my opponent, he could not activate any spell cards, and he was locked into Warrior monsters, and that was just brutal. And I ended up getting the win there. I went for the OTK play. I was just like, my hand worked for me, and it was awesome. I finally got into that Rivalry and Dark Angel play. And then when we went into game 2, he goes first, he sets up his board, but I got super polymerization, so it really did not matter. I was like, okay, that's cool, as long as he gets 2 fairies, earth monsters, it worked out. So I he goes off. I have no hand trap, so you know, he's definitely going off. And then from there, he ends with those and I believe a hoop cake. And then I activate super polymerization and I fuse those two monsters, and then he has Gozen match. So we are locked into dark monsters, which most of my deck is dark, but unfortunately Stratos is not, and that was in my opening hand, so I couldn't do that one. So I fused his Sistar and I believe the Teacher, and I went into my Garuda, and I summoned that in defense position because his hoop cake was still a 2,000 attack points with the field spell. And I just like, I think I had a rivalry, and that was a whole game about that too. When we were going into this, it was like a back and forth because we both had floodgates. He had Gozen match to lock us into dark monsters, me into dark monsters, and then I activated rivalry warlords, locking him into beast monsters. And it was just funny. We were kind of going back and forth here, and I had to make the play of attacking with my Garuda to destroy it, not only to draw a card, but to unlock my field into warrior monsters. And then from there, we were just kind of just going back and forth. We were trying to outsmart each other. He had like the promenade, and then eventually I got my DPE, and I had to bait him out with a Fusion Destiny. And as soon as he stopped that one, I was like, okay, cool. So then I went into my polymerization. I went to the old school polymerization, and I summoned out DPE. And then I think from there, we just ended up taking the game, and it was just really cool interaction going back and forth because we were locking each other out onto our, like, we were locking each other out, and then it was funny. It was a great game, and yeah, I loved it. It was such a awesome match. We finally got to duel each other in a tournament, and yeah, it was really fun. So we are going to go into game 4, round 4, and we're doing 3-0. So let's try to get that first place or something. So we just finished up round 4, and we played against Sprite. Now, this was definitely a matchup I was anticipating. I was eventually going to run into Sprite, so it's very great that I actually did, so I can get some practice with it. So I go first, and I had like super polymerization. I had some setups, and it was just a really cool board. Unfortunately, I was not able to do the whole Dark Angel lock, but that's cool. I don't mind that. But what was really interesting too is that my opponent summons out his Sprite monsters. He's trying to get out to his board. And then what I ended up doing was using super polymerization to fuse his blue and jet and to go into my Garuda. And from there, he decided to scoop because that was all he can do. And I was like, okay, cool. Super polymerization is just really doing well in this tournament, and I absolutely love Garuda. I wish I could get another one, but the thing's like $15, and I don't know if I would run another one, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, so I got game 1. Then we went into game 2. Yeah, my opponent's just setting up the big old negate boards, man. He's got the elf. He's got the totally awesome. I believe he had I can't remember which one's the one. I think it negated monster effects. I think he had that one on the field. I think he had a starter as well. And then when I was just going, I couldn't really do. And he had a pointer of the Red Lotus too. And he activated it and he banished my Stratos. And then he just had several negates, and I really couldn't do anything. I couldn't even polymerization because he activated D barrier. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then, yeah, I was like, it was just, whew, it was bad. Yeah, it was just terrible. I could not get that one. So I ended up scooping. So he got game 2. Then we go into game 3. Man, my opponent, like, I'm sorry, not my opponent. I messed up. I messed up big. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. My brain just turned off, and I just like facepalmed myself like, oh my god, you idiot. So what I did is I set 3 cards. I had 2 super polymerizations and 1 match change, and I freaking normal summoned Dark Angel. What the hell was I thinking? Dark Angel negates all my spell cards. So why did I do that? I don't know why I did that one, and that just cost me. But it actually really didn't matter because my opponent was playing it around super polymerization, so it wouldn't even have worked. He goes into the Sky Cavalry, attacks, and then he stacks on top of the Magician, and it stacks on a Zeus. Completely gets rid of my board. He sets up his plays with totally awesome, another one of those Sprite negates, and then he has Elf on the field. And I'm just sitting there like, oh goodness. Okay, so all I had was Dark Ruler No More, and I top deck Fusion Destiny, activated Dark Ruler No More. He says okay, I activated Fusion Destiny, he Ash Blossom me, and I just scooped it, and we both had a laugh right there. And I was just like, oh my goodness, it was just I'm just so like, why did I do that? Why did I normal summon Dark Angel? Al was stupid of me, but you know, he was still gonna be able to get rid of all my cards. But we had fun, you know, I had fun. I definitely did order some cards to go against Sprite, like Devastation Virus, and hopefully to get them in so I can actually use those cards, because I can utilize that trap card very heavily. And I am excited because my deck actually performed very well, so I'm not complaining. And I think I am going to take out the cross keepers. I kept citing them out, and I just want to keep my deck at 40, so I'm probably going to take out the cross keepers for the next one. And yeah, it was a very good day. I'm going to go in, talk to Danny, see how he's doing, and yeah, it was just a very good tournament. So I think we got maybe second place, or I'm pretty sure we got second place. But let's go in back and see how Danny's doing. I think he's still playing. I think he's playing against Sprite too. So let's see how he's doing over there. I'm very curious.
What kind of stuff? I feel like my build is good. I just swear to God, I had the worst level.
Right.
Did you go undefeated?
No. Hey guys, so I am back here at home. I was not able to record as much footage after I did the my breakdown of the round because my phone was overheating. So that was a first for me, but it was hot as hell outside, so that was probably the reason why it did not want to record. It had to cool down. So Danny did not end up getting the game. He ended up losing to Sprite, and that brought his record to 2-2, and I got my record of 3-1. I got to third place. I'm not sure what Danny got. We should have asked that. But we had a good time. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think we both benefited very well knowing what our decks is gonna be playing, because he was playing the new Vernanalyzer cards. They have a different name. I can't remember the name, but I'm always gonna keep calling it Vernanalyzers. I always do that, where I stick to the original OCG name, and then eventually I'll go into, like, I kept calling the Hulky Fiberized Needle Fiber, even though that wasn't the actual name of it. But anyways, that's not important here. What we did learn more about was how our decks are, what we liked, some things we may not have liked, and I am going to cut the cross keepers. As much as I enjoyed them in last week's build, this week they did not perform that well. I did not see a single one of them. I kept side decking them out, and my deck was running at 42. So by taking out those two cross keepers, I'll be back at 40 cards. So I'll probably be more consistent to draw them the cards that I do need. And I was even thinking about, like, do I want to keep Rivalry in the main deck? While it is a good card, some decks tend to run the same type. But if they don't have the same type on the field, and they have, like, you know, the one, like if I go against a Sprite player and they have to have a Thunder, they have an Aqua monster on the field, I could activate that, and then they are locked into only going to, like, the Totally Awesome, the Aqua plays, you know, they can't go into the Sprite plays. I think that's kind of like a benefit there, and I'm not sure how the tier element matchup is. I have not played against a tier element player, even though I think we have 1 or 2 tier element players over there. There were 3 Sprite players over there at locals today, so that was actually pretty cool. And, you know, I did order some cards, so hopefully they'll be getting here hopefully soon. I don't know when, at least before regionals happens. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to regionals. That's still debatable, but if I don't go to regionals, I'll probably go to locals, assuming they do have a tournament. But I would love to go to regionals. The only thing is I cannot record anything at regionals for obvious reasons, because you can't, but maybe I'll still try to make like a little vlog out of it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But even after this tournament was over, me and Danny had to go get some food, and then we even played some Yu-Gi-Oh! It was really cool because I went into that usual, I did that lock again where I put Dark Angel on his field and I did Rivalry Warlords. But by the end of it, he ended up getting me, so he won that one, which is pretty funny because he beat me last week at a McDonald's, and now this week he beat me over there. And it's like at the tournament, like that's my hometown, you know, that's my territory. I get the win there, so I think that's pretty funny. But we did discuss about his deck too. He was running at a 45 card deck, utilizing the new Vernanalyzer cards, and it was cool. But we were talking about maybe cutting down his deck size just a little bit. And we're still like talking about that. I did enjoy that little interaction we were having, just talking about the deck, going back and forth. So like, hey, what cards to cut here? Oh, we should talk about here, you know, stuff like that. I did enjoy that. I do like that when we could talk, when I could talk to somebody about like how they should build their deck out, or what's kind of cool here, or you know there. I don't know. I like that. I used to do that with my brother, but he no longer plays Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's been a very long time since I've done something like that. And it was just pretty cool. I did enjoy that. So. Not sure when the next vlog video is going to be going on. I'm going to be a little bit busy. And again, not sure if I'm going to be going to regionals. Because if I do, don't know if I can like make a video out of it. Maybe I can make like a pre like kind of video. Like where we go inside. Maybe we discuss, talk a little bit there. I just can't record in between the matches. So maybe I can record in between the matches. Like after I win or lose. And I can just go outside and just like do a random. But you're not going to be seeing like gameplay footage. You know, I cannot record over there. And I don't want to get kicked out or anything like that. So... we'll just have to wait and see how that goes, guys. So, but I'm definitely gonna be doing some changes. Hopefully I get all the rest of my cards, so I'll actually be a little bit more confident when I'm playing against Sprite. And I don't know if we're gonna be seeing any Rika players over there, because I ordered some side cards to go against Rika. And Chaos Hunter was really awesome in the two rounds that I used it. And I kind of want to get a third one. I originally intended to get that card in case anybody was trying to play Runic or anything like that, or play like a little Runic like engine in their deck or something like that. So it just ended up being utilized a lot more than just possible Runic matchups, you know. So I might want to try to get a third one and put that in my side deck, but we'll just have to wait and see because my side deck's already getting cramped too. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. I really hope you enjoyed this content. Please hit the like button if you did. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content. And let me know what decks you are looking to play at regionals. If you do go to your regionals, are you gonna be playing the deck that you're using? What deck are you gonna play? Are you gonna jump on the Sprite tier limit boards? Are you gonna be playing a rogue deck? I'm really curious to know what you guys are gonna be playing, and comment it down below. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Maybe some spicy text that you guys are gonna be using. I don't know. I would love to hear all your comments and stuff like that. So yeah, comment down below, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.